Playday number 13. We got Team Ash against 30k. So again, Team Ash is the old Arthur's Destroy Drum, pretty much the same team. There were a lot of changes in the team. First, it's what they switched a couple of players out. Then the captain even left, and they brought some of the players that were formerly part of the team back. It was a huge mess, honestly, but they still want to play the season out. And as you can see, pretty much all of the players are still the same. I touched upon that on the last two Playdays already a bit. Now, what's kind of noteworthy here is that we are also on the new patch, of course. There's currently 2 talents that are banned, and that's the level 20 on Lucio, because the cooldown reduction setup was messed up by Blizzard. So instead of reducing it by 30 seconds, it was set to 30 seconds or something along those lines. So Mix and Fire is currently not allowed within the Masters Clash, and the same is also true for Falling Sword on Johanna. Pretty much procs twice and gives you double the value on everything. So both of them have been eliminated. There's a lot more bugs. We talked about this in one of the previous series. There's a list out now where all the bugs are listed, and I think it has more than 100 entries. Some of them minor, some of them are a bit more impactful. But as far as the Masters Clash is concerned, there's only 2 talents that are currently banned. Now, we got Cassia banned out right away, and Lucio is also eliminated. We had a bit of Vala play in the previous series, which was the first one on a competitive level in the new patch. Saw some Stitches as well, Jimmy of course with this rework too, so there's a few things that are going to kick in here. But again, it's still the beginning of the new patch, so teams will adapt. So Raxa gets banned, we're on Battlefield, and of course that means that we traditionally have the 1-4 split between the 2 lanes and a lot of brawling and team fighting. Uther gets banned out against the Russian-Ukrainian team. 30k, yeah, still in the little battle with the Hardos of course. So here we have it. Oh, what are they gonna get? On the first pick. Sonya, okay. I don't know, I really want to see if Vala is being played here too. Now, they tweaked a lot about the abilities. Where normally when into Monster Hunter as a level 1 talent, that's not really a thing anymore. So they really have to see if it's still a worthy pick on this one. But at least on maps like Infernal Shrines, you can do a whole lot. Because that multi-shot setup that you can run is incredibly impactful. And you're just, in the late game, with decent stacks on your level 1 ability, getting some enormous damage out, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so now we got Vala already taken, and again, the setup might differ a little bit from what we've seen in our first series of the day, considering that this is Battlefield of Eternity, and any kind of arrow setup is still giving you some value against the Immortal. But of course, if you're only interested on the big team fights, then multi-shot might still be the way to go. And the winner's in, and we get Hanzo! Alright, so, let's go. By the way, we were joking the entire time about Misha being the Robin to Rexar's Batman, but if you ever see that Anduin skin, I mean, he literally has a Robin skin. So, yeah. And he also is he has the same level of importance as Robin does, so I would say that's probably... If there ever was a Robin in the Nexus, it's Anduin. I think that goes without saying. Now, Genji gets banned too. It's always a bit of a sad panda move. Genji is kind of fun hero to see, which is so weird for me to say, because in the days of HGC, that guy had a, what was it, nearly 100% involvement rate in drafts. He was either picked or banned. It was ridiculous. But these days, when you see a Genji, you're like, oh, cool, a Genjin. That's actually kind of nice. A Genji. But yeah, so... Brightwing comes in. As another ban, last ban in this one. But I want to see how they're playing Vala, because the few times that we've seen Vala, it was always with a Zarya behind it, plus in addition to that also a support, so a real healer. So now we have Malfurion and Diablos. That's already some serious CC that they have, but are they gonna chip in a bit more and try to keep Vala alive with some kind of double support setup, a Zarya behind it, shield heroes in general? Is that going to be a thing, yes or no? I mean, Dino is strong enough on Vala that he can play it without the double support, I suppose, but it always makes you a lot more vulnerable to your opponent. And, well, off we go. Last double pick for the blue team. And there we have it. Zeratul and Garrosh. And Zeratul is going to home in on Vala when he has a chance. Yeah. Dino is going to be attacked there. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Well, Ultralisk. I mean, technically you could go Medivh, right? Leyline into Apocalypse. Yeah, Kira instead. Okay. Totally different route that they're taking here. Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. Game number 1 in the best of 5 series here at the Master Slash. Let's jump in. Team Ash going up against 30k. Team Ash against 30k, everybody. Red against the blue. Closed on Zeratul. We got Renella on Robin, Denardo on Garrosh, Biceps on Hanzo, and Morenas on Sonya. Over on the right side of the map, 30k with X-Ray on Diablo. We got the Quasar on Hogger, Dainu on Vala, coming in with a Puncturing Arrow on level 1. Again, Vala has been changed, so now Puncturing Arrow as the level 1 talent right here. We got Henning on Malfurion and Ultralisk on Kira. So you can still go into your Monster Hunter later on, but the level 1 has been changed, so you're starting to stack with level 1. Has a couple of advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, you're starting the stacking process a little bit sooner, which is kind of nice. At the same time, one of the problems that you definitely have is that Monster Hunter on this map was always a super easy way for you to lock in the first Immortal, or at least get heavily ahead. A little bit similar to what Exterminator on Jimmy can and can't do. So, that's that. But we'll see how much we're gonna have Dino get out of all of this. Also, the talent itself was also obviously changed, as you can see. It's not only that it's on level 1 right now, but it has been changed. By now, you have the bounce as a baseline, and then you can stack around that even further. But yeah, Ultralisk is now starting to also zone out Zeratul just a little bit. There's already the first flip. Denardo, and he's fine. Yeah, I guess a big part of the interplay here is what Zeratul can do. We're gonna have to keep an eye on him. He's gonna try and target heroes like Vala, but also Malfurion whenever he has a chance. Could trigger reactions out of Malfurion himself. I mean, there's always the option to go into the Twilight Dream. Denardo with the big ones. I mean, he's going for the big lifts over here. Straight up against X-Ray. Diablo, he is... I mean, he's a big boy. Not fat by any means. I mean, look at that guy. That is all muscle right there. So, yeah, still very, very heavy. A lot of muscle mass on Diablo. If you're bullying targets around all day long, then you need to bulk up quite a little bit. But Garrosh himself, he's not afraid of this. No, 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 not even a little bit. I mean, the only thing that I know that Denardo or that Garrosh is never going to touch is Thrall's mom, because she is so fat. I mean, damn. You can't throw her. If you try to throw her, then you end up in a wheelchair. That is definitely going to be a visit to the hospital. Outside of that, but that's more of a Varian thing. I mean, Varian keeps reminding Thrall time and time again of that fact, and it's a mess. Thrall gets super mad, starts attacking Varian, and yeah. Interestingly, those insults only work after level 4, but it is what it is. Now, at the same time, we already got our level 4 versus level 4. Just a little bit of easy stuff at the beginning. The repeating arrow is coming in. Okay, so with that, we now have, first of all, a little bit of easier mana management for Vala. But also, you are finally in that spot. I mean, again, this is still really good for the Immortal. That's still really, really nice. You got a couple of stacks already. They're currently sitting at 8. And let's go. But what else? They're starting to make their play. Here we go. A bit of an attack against the Immortal at the bottom. Both go for the race. Nobody's really starting to attack or do anything else. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do with that. Go fight! It's the objective. So that shit. I don't want to see that race at the beginning of the game. Daddy wants to have a brawl. Give me something. Let's go. Where's the attack? There it is. Headed right for the red team's Immortal. Ooh, good flip from Denardo. Nice. And X-Ray is immediately coming out with a nice wall stun, by the way, against Morenas. Damn, first he was in trouble and then he turned it into an advantage, using the little bit of a rock over there to pinpoint Sonya down. And in the meantime, Dino is doing some work with the 9 stacks that he now has. And the repeating arrow, of course, which is kind of neat as well. Awesome. Here we go. That's an easy kill and nicely done. That's the first objective right here. Team Ash, they don't really have to deal with a big shield, but it's there. So Let's go. Dequaza sitting topside already and starting to do his thing, just like getting the experience for them. But with Sonya rotating down, it seems like 30k is facing off against 5 heroes at the bottom of the map. And just as I say it, not only Sonya but also Zeratul are moving topside to try and see if they can maybe get a quick and easy kill against Hogger. That's not going to be a thing though, because Hogger is still playing it a little bit safe and slow, and that means the bot lane is not only getting pushed by an Immortal, but also with a numbers advantage for 30k, which very likely will result in the first fort of the game being destroyed, even with Zeratul and Sonya now coming in. The fort is down, so that was a good one. And here comes the attack against Garrosh, Denardo, and Vala gets the kill. Nice! Yeah, on level 7 we now get the Monster Hunter, so now the setup is more or less complete. The easy stacks that are coming in are also helping, and the RNG, oh my god! The RNG is not with Dino. Can't get the kill. Anduin was also ready with the heal, but the situation for them is obviously still really nice. Yeah, there's another quick channel coming out. When it comes to the talent builds, we now also have the Seeker in the Dark that is kicking in here on level 7. So that one's in. Same time, we got the Malevolence right there for our boy Dibbles. And on the damage side, what does Vala have? 13,000 for our girl. Yep. Yeah, Vala is just bonkers right now. That Farflight Quiver range on level 20 is insanity. Even before that, Manticore plus Farflight Quiver was just crazy strong. And now it's, of course, worse. I mean, yeah. She's gonna be... She's so much safer. If you play well around the hatred stacks, then you are in a great spot. Now, to be fair, we've seen that mostly now with the setup around multi-shot, since then you go into the Hot Pursuit, which is now a level 7 talent. That helps you with the management of the hatred stacks a little bit. In this case, the priority simply has to be Monster Hunter, because you're focusing on your objective more so than anything else. So we'll see if there's adjustments of Dino that he makes around level 16 and 20. But the Immortal is popping up again. Really uneventful so far. The teams are easing their way into the best of 5 series. We have 1 kill against 0 up to this point. But of course, the destruction of the fort at the bottom at least gives 30k now a bit of a lead. And they are clearly the favorite in this. They're currently in the number 2 position in the standings, and they're going up against Team Ash, who are 7th place, if I'm not mistaken. No, they're actually 6th place, sorry. They are one above Go Next. And a race against Vala? I don't really know. I don't really think so. Honestly, they're holding up way better than I thought. Hanzo is doing some work, of course. But still, it's a victory for 30k, but it's closer than I expected, even with Hanzo. I thought that Vala's output alone would be such a big problem. And they're racing again. Like, I don't know, you can't win this, I think. So, that's still a decent shield, and that's a freebie. I'm not quite sure what exactly the game plan is. I think the biggest problem that they had was the level 10 that was about to hit for 30k, so I guess they wanted to avoid facing off against heroic abilities. The other way to play this would have been trying to go straight up for a move to force a quick fight and then play around it. They got their own level 10 now as well, which gives us Hanzo's arrow into a potential leap, plus also the light bomb with Zeratul. That's some sneaky stuff that they have there. There's the arrow. Whoa! And Sonya at least connected. The arrow didn't. Bishops missed an arrow. What the hell is happening here? What's going on? Double kill, triple kill. Oh, that's a disaster. Bishops is insane on Hanzo usually. I mean, normally he gets target banned, so seeing him on Hanzo is kind of crazy. But he missed the arrow, and the engage afterwards just totally failed, and now 30k takes 3 heroes down and finds themselves in an absolute fantastic position as they are pushing for the first keep of the game. That is just bananas here. Vala in the meantime also with a strafe here, coming in, getting the extra damage out, zoning them back, and this keep is gone. This keep is just simply gone. That's just nasty. Yep, easy kill, 4 kills to 0. And there's Zeratul. Yeah, Zeratul with a light bomb, but Dino's still alive. They say, oh, okay, he was alive for a moment, but then Zeratul came in for the second hit. Honestly, he paid for him with his life, but I think that's a worthy trade. If you can annihilate Vala from the fight and you sacrifice Zeratul, I think that's good for the team fight, no matter what. But the core is even taking damage. The core is down to 88%. There's a couple of minions that were attacking it even further. That Immortal went through the entire shield, and now that they get the kill against Sonya and Garrosh and Hanzo, they can maybe end this. We're 9 minutes into the game, and they're just going ham here. 88% on the core, and 30k just says, nah, let's fall back. Yeah, they don't want to get wiped at the core and then throw the advantage that they have away. They're way too far ahead to risk that. They know that with a 2-level gap between the teams, it's nearly impossible for them to lose out on this. We now also got Gloom in, which is of course annoying for Zeratul. Makes Vala a little bit more, a little bit harder to kill just in general. But damn. So now at the bottom of the map, Dino has already taken the camp. It's all about the next objective, I suppose, because, well, not only the next objective, that's going to be the biggest part, but, whew, at level 13, it's kind of nuts. 8 kills to 1. It's kind of crazy. Damage output, 24,000 for Hanzo. Well, that's good for the gallery, but that's about it, because Vala's sitting at 20k, but she's been way more impactful. If Bishops gets another one of those insane arrows that he usually YOLOs out with Hanzo, then maybe they can make a turnaround here. But there's 2 camps now pushing their lanes. Objective is being announced. Obviously the mercenary camps are both now being taken. Shaman camps all the way. And I don't know. Here's the attack straight up against the camp. They're going to get this easy peasy. There's another 10 seconds to get into position for the objective. And they still hold the level 13 advantage. Not even talking about the stats lead that they have thanks to the level advantage. So it's another quick go for the Immortal. Hanzo chipping in, and Dino with Vala is just rattling away and winning the halftime show easily for the team. 17 stacks at this point on the level 1. Yeah, and honestly, as you continue to stack that, if Vala in the late game is insane against the Immortal now. Previously, I mean, she's getting to the point where she can really easily extend or exceed what was possible before the patch. And let's not forget that the top lane gets pushed out and catapults are pushing in too. Now it's early in the game, but still, it kind of matters. Here comes the attack again. Leap into the back line. The arrow came out 2 big stuns, but Vala is in trouble. Murenas is dead. Denardo pushed into a corner. Zeratul at least gets the kill against Malfurion, but Garrosh still died. And here comes Kira. Gets the kill. And that, ladies and gentlemen, might just be game. Renella goes down. Catapults are doing damage at the core. It's down to 70%. And the rest of the red team is now making their way over on their march to victory. Hanzo, the only survivor of that little slaughter that we just observed. And this is gonna be game number 1, the 1-0 lead for 30k in the best of 5 series here at the Masters Clash. Playday number 13. 30k doesn't take any prisoners here and just finishes with the catapults. Started 12 minutes in and we are done. BOE goes to 30k.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, 2 on the Spider Queen. Nice lead for 30k. Pretty convincing victory that they had on the last map here. Absolutely destroyed them, honestly. Team Ash had a bit of a problem. That was a bit of confusion, by the way. I explained a bit earlier on how the team changed and why they changed their name to Team Ash from Team Arthas Stroidram. But the acronym also stands for a different meaning. I mean, again, it's pretty much the same team. They just like changed it a little bit. The acronym stays the same, but now they are the anti-synergistic hobbits. So I have not met a lot of these guys in real life yet. Actually, I don't think I've met any of them in real life. Not quite sure if all of them are that short, but whatever. So, one Hobbit gets already banned out. Chromie gets banned. Okay, the Hobbit is out. And we have Lucia also being banned. Deathwing gets eliminated. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Again, another map we saw earlier with the Laws of Hope as a level 1 talent pick. Johanna taken on the map. And again, this is a perfect lobe map. It's one of the reasons why back in, I was about to say back in the day, but like 1.5, 2 years ago when we had the, I don't even know, Meta Madness 3, I believe? When Stork was just running around and collecting globes with stitches and getting a ridiculous hero hit point pool, which pretty much made him invincible and unkillable at the end of the game. But yeah, there we got the first pick, and Rexa is taken immediately for them. Okay. Rexa is in, and what exactly are we getting now from 30k? What is the red team gonna chip in here? They are the favorite in this. What can they do? So, do they have a chance to Actually hesitating really long for a first pick here. Like, what? Some of the players AFK and they're trying to buy time. What's going on here? Malfurion and Kerrigan. So Ultralis gets his early Kerrigan. So they're not waiting for her to be picked later. Maybe a bit afraid that she's going to get banned out on the 3rd position. But yep, Malfurion is in. Kerrigan is taken. Gives us still an option for Tracer, of course. Dino could take that without any problems at all. But that's already a very, very aggressive setup. Now, Vala is still up. Johanna is up if you want to go for the Laws of Hope setup. She was always good on this map. There she is. And we get Stukov together with it. Yeah, but now we're still looking at the bans. And I am a bit surprised that Vala has not been addressed yet. Because she has been a very impactful choice in the previous match where she was either banned or picked. And the wave clear that she can bring to the table is pretty significant. So if you can play her here and keep her alive, then you're in a pretty decent spot. Now that might force you to play around a double support, that might force you into an also a Zarya pick or anything else that can protect her a little bit better. But she is still fairly impactful. And we've seen that already on Battlefield of Eternity, but granted, there's a bit of a different playstyle that you're looking at. The arrow built in and of itself is something that I wouldn't expect on Tomb of the Spider Queen, for example. But, well, Tychus gets banned. And that could lead us to a pretty beefy frontline. Tacita gets annihilated too, but with the Tychus ban, that means the bigger they are isn't available. So if you want to go into a Diablo setup, for example, you could definitely do that now. And what is 30k gonna check out now? It's actually interesting. I mean, patches in general change things up, of course, a lot. If Tychus ban, we could also see Stitches. But there's Diablo, and we get Junkrat. Now, Junkrat's rocket ride damage was also a bit increased. And can definitely do a lot of work now. I mean, damn son. You can get some serious insta-kills on that one now. So, we have the double pick for the blue team. Vala completely ignored still. Nobody likes her. But Diablo is in. So we have Diablo with the Malfurion follow-up. Junkrat. There's a lot of stuns where Junkrat can follow up with a nice mine and then pull the target or push the target back into the fight. Alarak and Hanzo. Yeah, if we give Bishops an opportunity to play Hanzo, chances are he's going to take it. That's one of the reasons why it's so often banned out against him. I touched on this on Battlefield of Eternity a bit. He didn't really have the impact that he was hoping for on the first map, but his Hanzo is still absolutely stellar. I mean, how many times have we seen games just turn because he hits an insane arrow and is able to pull it off? And there he is, Stitches! So we got side lane Stitches together with Diablo. Yeah, that's definitely a lineup with which you want to ban out Tychus. Not only do they play Diablo, but they also have Stitches now. So Stitches has turned into a side laner at this point. I mean, Tomb of the Spider Queen, everybody. Let's check it out. Game number 2 between 30k and Team Ash. Stitches on the side lane, and we get the hungry for more. Alright, it's globe time. On the left side, Team Ash with Renella on Stukov. We got Kloster on Alarak, Bishops on Hanzo, Murenas on Rexa, and Denado going to the Zealot's Glare on level 1. Kinda interesting here. I expected him with the Laws of Hopes, given that this is the newly changed talent and that regeneration globes are spawning aplenty on this map and are easily to catch. X-Ray, for one of those reasons, goes for the Devil's Due here on his level 1, playing Diablo. Dequaza with Stitches is heading into the Hungry for More. We have Ultralisk on Kerrigan, heading on Malfurion, and Dino on Junkrat. Now, Stitches, of course, has his baseline talent now as well. Nothing that he really has to stack for in any way. Baseline completes automatically on level 13, so pretty much Fishing Hook is now baseline once you hit level 13. That's just it. You get the extended hook range, makes him kind of dangerous. We've seen already a few Stitches games in the earlier match, but this is definitely going to be a different approach here. And with him going for Hungry for More, this is also just generally going to be very interesting, because I talked a little bit in the draft how Stork started on this map to play that talent and ended up with an incredible hit point pool towards long games with 12,000 hit points, and which was pretty nuts. That was also a pretty nuts hook, and that's a kill. That's a kill. Murenas is down. There's no way that he is going to survive that. So Rexa dies, and Misha immediately commits honorable Sudoku and goes down as well. So that is a twofer right there. Now, already we're looking at the top lane action against Dino, but he gets out. Alorek was not enough of a threat to deal with that. Stitches can maybe get double globe here now. Yeah, well, they should probably wait until he takes the one down here as well. That's additional 30 hit points. And so, there it is. Globes are being collected. 3 for Stitches. That's an additional 100 hit points. And it's time to party! The Stitches hooks that are coming out can be followed up by Malfurion, so that's already nice. And not only that, you can also follow it up with... I mean, there is a lot of displacement here. Diablo follow-up, Kerrigan follow-up, Malfurion. This is just bananas. This is kind of crazy. So, for now, it's a kill against Zero. It's definitely a better presence on the map for the red team. But let's see what they can do here. Misha already coming in. Yeah, trying to go against Aqua. I never really understood why Misha always commits suicide whenever Rexa dies. That doesn't make no sense to me. I mean, you can make the argument. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could control Misha just easily whenever Rexa dies? Wouldn't that be great? That's just fantastic. All of a sudden you get direct access to a few more Misha skills or something, and Misha is still there. Would make the hero insanely OP. I mean, again, you would never lose experience on any lane, I suppose. But that would be kind of bananas. I think that should be a thing. I always felt that it's kind of weird that when Misha dies, Rexa just lives. I mean, look at that fucker. Hey, like, no honor. None. Like, talk to Hanzo a little bit. He always talks about honor. But yeah, Misha dies, Rexa doesn't give a shit. Rexa dies, Misha goes for the Honorable Subaru and just commits suicide. So, you know, this is a really one-sided relationship that the two have. You could argue that isn't a... I mean, that is just... That's not okay. The more I think about it, the more I have to say that's not okay. So Blizzard, I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but that is a toxic relationship if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure what you're trying to promote here, but that's not cool. Anyways, 1 kill to 0. We got the 8 stacks for Stitches. That's an additional 240 hit points already. Good for him. And off we go. There's already the little move. And come on, come on, come on. Let's see if they can... Oh, if they can push the mid lane a little bit and take one of the towers down, but at the same time, there's the hook, X-ray. Yeah, they nearly had him cut off from the rest of the team, and they're still working on him, and they get the kill. Yeah, they worked hard for that one. Bishops with the Juke Master 2000 skills as he jumps out of the stun. Good for him. And down at the bottom of the map, off we go. Yeah, there's the Quals already coming in. Still, hook setups at the top side. It's not only the hooks, it's also those mines the entire time. Yeah, the rest we got still on level 7, the Serrated Edge here. No slam setup on level 4, considering that he's side laning. I would have expected that. A little bit more of a focus here. And Misha and Rexa are attack teaming against Rayquaza and are getting him a bit low. But by now we have the Serrated Edge as well. And of course that helps with survivability too. Turn-in attempts. No team has gotten a Web Weaver wave yet, but the blue team is close. So Team Ash is doing a little bit better around those. And, well, let's have at it. Down here, the move for Stitches, Rayquaza, Misha. Yeah, that is the kill. And who gets the kill? Rexa gets the kill. Why not Misha? It was Misha's hit. Blizzard, I'm not cool with this. I haven't really thought about it all that much. I mean, we always make our PETA jokes over here, but I've never really looked at it this way. And this is just not okay. That is an abusive relationship that Misha is in, and we need to save her. We definitely need to save her. Hashtag save Misha. It's a thing now. I mean, she needs some recognition. Our girl is going ham every single time. Rexa dies. She doesn't want to live anymore either. She gets a kill and Rexa takes credit for it. How is that not an abusive relationship? I really don't understand. That is just fucked up. Like, I don't know. That poor bear. You poor thing, you. You've been... Stockholm Syndrome right there. You've been brainwashed so hard, and Blizzard is supporting this kind of behavior, and I don't think I can accept that. Bot lane gets still attacked. A little bit of more work being done by our girl. And now, with half a level until level 10, it seems like the blue team might actually get lots of momentum here. I mean, seriously, they might rush this and snowball it hard. Level 10 abilities usually change the dynamic of a game quite significantly, but that is serious value out of the first objective. The first fort is gonna fall, and at the same time, they now have full map control that they can use to maybe even get another turn in before the red team ever gets to that point. The arrow is already out, so there's that. We got the deadly charge in. Blessed Shield. Level 10 is ready any second for 30k now too. And they get the hook, but they don't have a Gorge or anything to follow up on that. So Quasar might have caused a problem for himself just now with that hook. Yeah, they need the level 10. There's just no denying it. Another hook. I mean, he's landing them. He's definitely landing them. There's another 300 hit points thanks to his level 1, but that's not enough just yet. Okay, and well, here comes the Reptile. Misha is dead. Sacrificing herself for the team, and there's the Gorge. They kidnap setup, but they missed the root on Malfurion a little bit, and Renato just doesn't give a fuck and runs out of the fight. They finally get the kill. Even the Blessed Shield couldn't prevent that from happening, and they get the follow-up against Alarak. Alarak is down to double kill for the red team. Nice. Renella waiting for the hook, and he gets hooked hard. Yep, there it is. The follow-up kill. Triple. Stukov is down, and that is pretty sexy. Yep, nicely done. Good hook, good aim, and with the 3 kills, they get the turn in now. Ultralisk has 38 gems. They only need 5. The RNG is with him, though. Someone needs to turn in up at the top. X-Ray can't do it. He has only 3. And they're actually letting it slide for now. They're like, okay, screw it. We're not going to go for it right away. We're just going to wait this out a little bit. But yeah. I mean, level 13 is going to be next. I still got the camp here. You know, 16,000 damage for Stitches. The top damage dealer for now, at least. And, well, let's have at it. Kerrigan is, of course, still trying to shake things up. The turn-in has finally happened. Stitches, yeah, the Quasar gets attacked. But he's still fine for now. Alrighty, so, what else? This is the perfect opportunity to set the push up. The Quasar is looking for an angle where he can get another hook, but they already sniffed out where he's positioned. Yeah, and does he get it? Nah. Doesn't have the 13 yet, doesn't have the extended range. So he can't connect with Renella here. Hook is still a little bit too short. But the top lane, bot lane, and mid lane are now all getting pressured by the Web Weavers. And with, Ultralisk has 45 gems. That's a bit of a problem because he's kind of the one that wants to start things up here. But if he dives in a bit too deep, then he's going to be in trouble. Nice Iron Skin by Jojo. Yeah, that would have been a hit for sure. But the Iron Skin prevents it. Of course, it forces them back even further. With the level 13, Team Ash doesn't want to fight here either. And as the top fort loses HP, the one in the middle falls. Another hook from Stitches. 15 stacks by now for him, so that gives him also a bit of a movement speed advantage thanks to the level 1. Bishops gets burned to a crisp, and Malfurion moonfires his ass for the last hit. Nice. Good job. Gets barbecued first, and then the moonfire hits just when he thought, okay, I'm going to survive through all of that. Quasar, on the other hand, I have no idea where he's going, but that was definitely a bit of a Monka moment right there. He's still able to get out. Riptire is coming in, no Rocket Ride, even though it got buffed in this game. And Stitches going for the Under Pressure. Yeah, increasing the slam damage a little bit. And also questing it up quite nicely for our boy. And, well, if you get all that slam damage, the side lane is even better for you, but the damage output in the long run could be quite interesting here. That's 25 gems, by the way. And Ultralisk, check that one out. Easily the dodge out, the Nature's Cure from Henning. Absolutely perfect. Renella, they are just wrecking him. Damn, they stepped it up so much. At the beginning of the game, it looked like maybe Team Arthur's, Team Ash can start to snowball that a little bit. But instead, it's quite the opposite now. Once the level 10 abilities hit, the red team just turned it. And 30k, they're just showcasing once again why they are a team that has ambitions for the #1 spot. They are going through the blue team like hot butter through cheese. These guys are just crushing it. I mean, check this out. 19 stacks now for Stitches. The hit point pool at the front line is incredible. Not only do you have to deal with Diablo, you also have to deal with Stitches. And yeah, they're just taking everything down. They dropped the fort at the bottom of the map, easy peasy. Now they're already over here. Quasar is just going 1v5 if he has a chance. It is kind of nuts. 20 stacks, that's 600 extra hit points for Quasar. We're 11 minutes into the game as all of this happens. The attack scheme coming. The blue team, they're still fighting. They're still trying. They're still attempting to at least get a few kills and turn this around. But now they're 2 levels behind and also another talent. And that's a problem. Misha gets taken down again. More slam, wham, bam for Stitches as he picks into the Pulverize. And they're starting to make the plays right there. Off we go. Keep in the mid lane, under pressure, in trouble. Stitches is the top damage dealer for the team, by the way. And Denado is in the middle, once again, in the thick of things, and he gets punished. That's 23 gems down the drain. Nobody there to save them. Misha is dead too, and here comes the move for the keep. The 16 talent in and of itself is already kind of nuts. The arrow gets YOLO'd out. I mean, damn. They're trying. The red team, they're just farming them at this point. Dequaza missing the hook, gets called out for it. But down here, Rexa died. Kerrigan took him out. They have 61 gems, so they can go for another turn in easily. And this is just nasty. How do you kill that front line, by the way? I mean, serious question. How do you kill that front line? Alarak has some solid sadism right now. But how do you take down Stitches as the game continues and his hit point pool increases and you're dealing with Diablo at the same time? That ban against Tychus in the draft was just absolute on the money. Was fantastic. With them going for like 2 of the fatties at the front line, whew, that's a behemoth ban right there. I mean, these guys are not kidding around. Full on Zumo style. Try to get through that. That's a meat shield. And Kerrigan is just murdering. Ultralisk, always a great Kerrigan player. And it's not only that they have a lot of hit points and create a perfect meat shield. No. You have these hooks coming out time and time again. Gorge follow-ups. Yeah, and Dequaza is threatening it once more. Goes for the hook, doesn't get it. And there we have it. Look at Diablo. Do you think he cares? He doesn't care at all. If he gets a globe there at the front, he's also going to be back to full HP in no time. Malfurion doesn't even have to do anything. Web Weavers are back up with the map and they're trying for the keep. 7 stacks on the 13 for Stitches. Trying a little bit more here. Yep. And Denado. The Lightning Fury. They get Misha, but that's it. Then again, Alarak is insanely low. And now with the isolation of Stukov, that's another kill against Renella. Fine. It's at least level 16 talents on both sides, but at this point it doesn't really make a difference anymore. The keep gets destroyed and 30k is just beastnit. Absolutely beastnit at this point. The arrow, Kerrigan, nice, there it is. They kill Hanzo, arrow, and the follow-up, and all of a sudden they can maybe defend the core here right now. And that's as good as it gets, because that bottom keep, they can't defend that. Bottom keep is down, and the top keep is going to fall in just another moment as well. But Diablo has also died. They're trying to go for Stitches. The core is under attack and is losing the shield quickly. Denado, Iron Skin, body blocks, and dodges on the hook. But all of the keeps are gone. Every single keep has been destroyed. They are with the back to the wall. Misha gets taken out again, couldn't make her way out of this one. And Denado, he finds himself in trouble again, but the Iron Skin is just coming back every time when he needs it. Talking about coming back, Diablo came back and immediately died again. Veni VDBG. He came, he saw, and he died. So, with that, the core has at least lost a couple of hit points. We have Stitches at 37,000 damage. Junkrat has taken over on the top damage position for the red team. Highest damage in the game is still Hanzo, who's sitting at 52,000 right now. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. Quasi gets attacked here. Top side, Closter, sitting tight. Okay. And nearly level 20 now. Yep. It's gonna get more crazy. Rexa died 4 times. Alrighty, so. Nearly 1,000 additional hit points for Dequaza. Early game wasn't really too bad with the setup that they had. It's nice that Kerrigan can follow up on those hooks now too. So you pretty much have like 2 heroes or 3 that can easily follow up on it. Stitches is going into the master hooker. I mean, I always knew that Dequaza was a master beta, but it was also a master hooker that was new to me. But again, today I learned. So now with the level 20, we at least have a blue web weaver wave, so I guess that helps them to delay things slightly. But what are they going to do with the web weaver wave? Very little, honestly. They're going to push out the lanes a bit, and I guess that's worth it to an extent, because it helps them to gain some map control. But they need to win a team fight, and against level 20 talents, it's going to be an uphill battle. Especially if it's always Renella that just eats that hook. The poor guy is getting hit by it time and time again. So now 5 kills to 11. There's a level 20. Team fight. Hook. Rexa fading his death again. But yeah, you can feign that all day long, baby. I'm not sure I should look at him. Completely on the wrong side of the paddle. He's just like, let me out. And instead it's Closer that gets attacked and he is dead as well. Nice. So, double kill against Alarak. But do they get Dibbles? No, X-Ray is still alive. Oh, that just feels bad. X-Ray is still alive, and with another kill against Jojo, she's eliminated too. Web Weavers are still active on the map. Yeah, Bishops, he's the last one to survive here, and they want him to. 5-man team wipe, as they are making the play for the core. And by the way, here's the big survival of X-Ray again. He was at 5 hit points at some point. At 5 hit points, and he still survived through all of it. Absolutely unkillable. The core is falling, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 series for 30k against Team Ash at Playday number 13 of the Masters Clash. Nicely done. Good job by 30k, and let's head straight into game number 3. Okay, Dragonshire, we're back. We had a quick restart of the draft because first pick and first ban were messed up a little bit. But yeah, we saw towards the end of game number 2 already the unkillable on Diablo, so the level 20 adjustments on Stitches have played a role there. Since Stitches now with his level 20 fishing, with his helping hand also provides a 2-second unkillable, and that made it really annoying for Team Ash to try and take Diablo down. So good job by Stitches first and foremost, and it's kind of cool to see some of these new changes in action as well. He was down to 5 hit points. I mean, again, he would have died 100%, but it didn't really work out that way, and yeah, kind of neat and good on Quasar for getting that helping hand through before Diablo died there. But either way, with Dragonshire, we now have the third map coming up, and I was already talking about this once, but I want to mention it again for the people that watch these matches on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, the weekend after the video gets released, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, I'm casting a Korean tournament. There's always a lot of people that want to watch some of the action live, and if you want to do that, the link to my Twitch channel is in the video description. It's also linked on the YouTube channel itself, so you can check it out. Hyde is organizing a Korean tournament where also 2 of the Chinese teams are participating, so if you're interested in that, you can catch the action live every single one of these 3 days. We're starting at midday CEST, so you're more than welcome to tune in for that, but obviously all of the videos are going to make it to the YouTube channel too if you want to catch that a bit later. Now, in our draft here, we got our 2 bans already, or 2 bans on both sides already out, and this again, the support, the death of the supports. 3 of them are eliminated, and that leads us to a very early Karazim pick here for Dragonshire, providing a lot of mobility. Brightwing also gets taken, so yeah, you got some globals there, you got definitely some options. With Rexa being banned, the King of Dragonshire is not available in this one. But then again, are we going to get our girl Vala, for example, again? Is she going to get taken, or what's going to be the pick? Jojo first and foremost, and then Jimmy is making his way into the game. Keep in mind, Johanna Falling Sword is banned because it is heavily bugged. Provides double the value. I think it's twice the stun, twice the damage and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. And therefore, the talent is banned. The hero itself is allowed, but you have to go into your shield if you want to play that out. So yeah, blessed shield for her until Blizzard releases a hotfix, or however they want to deal with it. But yeah, as the bans are coming in, what else? The side laner is still open. Holga gets banned out. And with both of the side laners not picked yet, what are we going to see in a map like Dragonshire? You could even see a Urel again. Saw that the other day from Wooby, and it was kind of cool to see Wooby on one of his, like, you know, like his key heroes that he had back in the days. But off we go. We got Dibbles banned out. And what is the blue team going to try and do to finally put a point onto the scoreboard here? And not lose out on this one without winning a single map. Again, it's 30k. They want to keep that level 1 spot. The Hardos in them, they're always fighting for it. And here comes Zeratul. We already had him earlier on the hero, and he did some solid damage against the backline on the first map, but they still lost it in record time. So now Murenas and Anubarak, they're really going for the dive, aren't they? Anubarak coming in with the stun. Karazim can follow up with a 7-sided strike. They can all jump on the target. Zeratul, of course, too. And, well, what are we getting? There's the Haka. And Kira. Okay, there's a lot of globals. A lot of globals in the side lane here. With also Brightwing in addition to Dehaka. And then you have Kira on top of that, too. And that leaves us with our last pick as Zenado is coming in. And there it is, Zul. Okay, we're gonna see the lane rotation here. A lot of AoE on his one. And guys, that's Dragonshire, game number 3. So let's go straight in. 30k against Team Ash here at the 13th Playday of the Masters Clash. Game number 3, the 2-0 lead for 30k, everyone. Renella on Karazim for Team Ash. Going straight up into the Iron Fists, as usual, standard for Karazim. We got Kloster on Zeratul, Denado on Anubarak, Murenas is playing Zul, and we got Bishops on Hanzo. On the right side of the map, 30k with X-Ray playing Johanna, heading straight into the next lone talent, Divine Fortress, right here. We got Dainu on Jimmy, Henning on Brightwing, Dequaz on Dehaka, and Kira on Ultralisk. Or the other way around. I don't think he would mind, but yeah. Okay, so stacking again with the auto attack setup here for Jimmy. Now, of course, the hero has been touched by Blizzard a bit as well. Let's not forget about that. We have currently still the attack right here in the mid lane with the 5 versus 5, threatening Morena's life a little bit. But he's still all Gucci. So yeah, he survives, no problem for him. Was a little bit low, but no issue here in the long run. Dehaka is already waiting for someone to rotate in so that he can hit that tongue, but not happening just yet. In the meantime, yeah, X-Ray. Gonna play that out all the way up at the front, middle of the map. Blue team is still rotating more or less as a 5-man. The 1-minute mark has hit and both of the teams are making a play for their Siege Giants. At least I assume that we're gonna see the move from 30k in just another second. And yep, there it is. So, off we go. Yeah, top side. Dodging out on prison. Dequaza, still Gucci here. Are they gonna try to invade this? They could. And, so close. That would have been a nice battle. If they could have interrupted that and contested it, that would have been an awesome battle there. The first 4 stacks are in for Jimmy. Getting them together slowly. Bishops for the 3rd time now on Hanzo. Again, for good reason. I talked about this previously. Still not banned out against him. Still a bit surprising to me that Vala hasn't been played outside of Battlefield of Eternity at all. I expected her, especially since she's newly changed, to at least see a little bit more play, especially given that in the first match she was played more. But anyways, don't have to fully focus on that. But since the tendency is anyways to go into a bit more of a Zarya setup or also double support every now and then, that could have definitely been a play. Behemoth armor is already in. The level 4 talents have now dropped for our girl. That means Subdue is now ready. And at the bottom of the map, X-Ray and Henning are already making their plays for the next camp. So Dino is starting to take this one down, and that would be a nice push through the bot lane if they can get it. Bishops is stealing this one away. X-Ray is already chasing him off even before he gets it, but there's no Dragonite since in the mid lane there's 2 heroes that are controlling the statue, so Kira can't move in for it. They know that the camp down here is being taken, but they don't have enough heroes on the lane to really deal with it. Yeah, still, the attempt to take a Dragonite by the blue team is maybe even successful, but no, not quite. Morenas was close, but at the bottom of the map, X-Ray retook the shrine, and that was just perfect on the timing side. So now they're pushing in even further for this, in an attempt to take the wall down early. And if Zul is forced away from the mid lane, Kira has a solid chance of the first Dragonite in this one. Yeah, but the gate is about to fall, and the towers are also not really looking too great, so that's already vision granted. The hero minion right there with the last hit before it goes down is able to take it. Zeratul has now started to threaten Ultralisk, and Denado is helping out so that the Dragonite is not going to become a problem. Bishops then again gets attacked. Nice polymorph, fantastic polymorph. But Renella is there. Renella is ready and jumps in quickly. A bit more action here against Kira in the mid lane too, and the stun hits Ultralisk, but this time there's no follow-up. Instead they're attempting to go for Dequaza at the top again, with the Zeratul rotating in, and that finally gives them control over the shrine. So the level 7 talents are now coming in for both of the teams. That gives us the fuel, the rush for Jimmy. And down here at the bottom, talking about Jimmy, Jimmy gets murdered. Is already down. Okay, so far so good. Full on carapace, by the way, for Nubarak. 1 through 7. Bishops is jumping out. Can't get the kill here. And yeah, I kind of like it. I mean, again, it's a little bit more aggressive than what we've seen in some of the previous games. Teams have still not managed to get the first objective, but they're still doing some work. It's a kill for a kill right now. More of a move from Denardo through the middle. And, well, let's see what's happening down here at the bottom of the map. Renella, X-Ray, they're all sitting tight. All trying to go for a bit more control of the lane, pushing it out. Camp is getting taken by Bishops. It's a bit more of a slower approach. We have small brawls, honestly, but outside of that, it's a huge focus on mercenary camps. A bit more of a macro attempt. X-Ray is a bit far out here, and he's in trouble. Hello? What are you doing, buddy? You still got your lone talent. X-Ray, Brightwing helps, and therefore that's not really a big deal anymore. Double control up at the top with Kira and Dehaka. Same time, Dino is now taking the camp, and they retake the bottom shrine. So Team Arthurs, they're trying to do what they can. Honestly, they want to have that point on the board. They want to be sure that they can at least fight on the 4th map here. And diving on Dino is exactly the way to do it. Dino low, and he's down. At the end of the day, it was Karazin that came in and just went for the 1-2 punch straight to the face and took him down. Dino now with a pause, you know, it's like tactical pause confirmed. It's like, my keyboard. Lag F. But yeah, he's dead, and that is the 2nd time that he died. Thank God he didn't take a lone out. But Jojo did. Now, again, if you have lone talents, if you die, then you are losing some of the initial bonus that you're getting here, in case you were not quite familiar with that. We're not going completely over the patch, but whenever we had a new hero picked, I went at least over a few of the essentials in regards to the build. Lone talents are new, and in case that you didn't know, this patch now also features the experience globes that you are seeing here all the time. So at some point, Blizzard, after HGC, already introduced the fact that experience globes are a thing in the first place, which I still heavily object to, and I think it's bad. Makes the team much less... I mean, makes it a lot easier for bad players because bad rotations don't get punished as much anymore. But back when Blizzard introduced the experience globes, they pretty much just said, okay, for 6 seconds the globes will be visible and you can pick them up, which obviously gave you more time to rotate between the lanes. Now, in addition to that, they introduced another 39 seconds where those experience globes still give you 25% of the initial value, therefore promoting again bad rotations, bad play, and yeah, it is what it is, but it kind of showcases that Blizzard is trying to cater more and more to casuals and abandoning the competitive scene even further. I really don't think that it's a good thing to reduce the skill ceiling of the game. What you should do is make it so that top players can excel, and then you teach bad players how to play the game, but you don't balance around the people in Plastic or Wood League. That's just not a thing. But again, Blizzard, they have their own vision on things, and well, that's just what they do, so we gotta deal with it. As it stands now, we have the level 10 abilities ready for both of the teams. First of all, that gives us the Rainer's Raiders right here. In addition to that, the 7-sided strike, as we already expected a little bit earlier. And, well, let's have a bit of a look here. So, 8 stacks on the Behemoth armor. Same time, we got the, this one is... oh, sorry, he actually took the lone talent, my bad. Some of the indications on the talents thing, sometimes you're still blanking. Yeah, apologies for that. So Jimmy actually has the lone talent. It's the same that we saw in the first match of the day, where he actually died, I think, like 4 times right off the bat. But yeah, he actually has it in. 14 stacks by now for the veteran marksman on the other hand. But so far, Dino got taken out only 1 time, if I'm not mistaken. Did he die twice? Let me double check. Yeah, died twice already, so bad news for him. Jojo, on the other hand, survived through all of it. With the new patch in, I definitely have to at some point talk to Ali a bit so that he can update the UI to reflect also the lone talents a little bit better. Blizzard obviously doesn't even do that. I mean, to the day, we can properly track the baseline or quest talents in general through the Blizzard UI. But thank God Ali is always on point with that, but I don't really think that he adjusted for the lone talents yet, but I hope that will come soon. Anyways, now that we got the attack against X-Ray, yeah, she's still credit-worthy. Jojo is still credit-worthy. Gets assisted by the rest of the team and is still alive. And Uberak, on the other hand, the big cockroach, got eliminated. And there we go. By the way, that's one of the bad things here in Spain. Spain has cockroaches, Germany just doesn't. And last summer I had to kill like 3. This summer I already had 3 in my apartment. Now it's a newly renovated apartment 2 years ago, but the building is old. So yeah, that sometimes is a thing. And that is ugh. I hate cockroaches. I absolutely hate them. Thankfully it's not a big problem, it's only a summer thing and that doesn't happen too often, but damn son. And these fuckers can fly too. You leave the balcony door open or anything, and if you're unlucky, you're getting wrecked. By the way, talking about getting wrecked, Ultralisk, he tried to wreck Bishops, but he couldn't get the ult in. So Bishops juking him out a little bit here. Ford in the mid lane is still up. At the bottom of the map, it has been destroyed, and top side, the Dragonite is going to do his thing. So there's that. But yeah, we got the Echoes of Death in, and the Quicksilver. Now, to be fair, by the way, to Spain, California also had cockroaches that you had to deal with, but thankfully back then they never were able to sneak into my apartment. Anyways, the arrow. No, not like this. Not arrow into Cocoon. Don't do that to me. No. Kira is dead. There it is, and well, that's not the only kill in this fight. Yeah, Jojo gets taken down as well, so that lone talent has already been reduced quite a bit. Yeah, I think the problem with Jimmy's talent, by the way, is like you see the border on the lone talent here with the Divine Fortress and not for Jimmy, and I think the problem really is that you can stack Jimmy's level 1. That's the problem on the lone talent there. So maybe we can at least get a visual indicator from Ali on the UI, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, so Denardo at the top side, 4 kills against 3. He's soaking the experience while the rest of the team is focusing on the mercenary camp, as you can see right now. Down at the bottom of the map, currently get Renella doing more or less the same thing. Again, they lost more structures, way more than 30k, but not all hope is lost just yet. But of course, as the game continues, we're going to see some scaling from Jimmy. I mean, it's a little bit of a weird setup, right? On the one hand, you're scaling for getting the stacks on your level 1 and your level 4. On the other hand, the more you die, the more value you lose out of the loan on level 1. So it's a little bit of an odd one. But yeah, it's just what it is. Anyways, here we go. We currently have Bishops and Closter already being there. I mean, honestly, elaborating a little bit on the cockroach story, I still have to tell you this. So, one day, I really had like I come into my bedroom and I want to go to sleep, right? And there's like a little bit of a small door that leads to a small bathroom. It's pretty much just a toilet there. And I have 2 cockroaches that are pretty much just fucking right in front of the door. That's literally what happens. And I'm, tired, I want to go to sleep. And those 2 are just sitting there humping each other. And I was like, fuck that. So I immediately try to squash them, but they are starting to scuttle away, and they're going into like a little bit of a corner there. Big fight, by the way. Yeah, exactly. Like the arrow just hit them. That's how I wanted to hit the cockroaches. Didn't quite work, but Daddy, of course, is prepared, so I bug spray too. And I just sprayed the shit that they escaped to, and damn, that poison stuff, I gotta admit, that shit fucking works. Oh my god. So that was the easiest kill of my life right there, but fucking disgusting too. Try to go to sleep after that. So, yeah, sprayed the room and now everything's fine, but damn, if you wake up like this, it's just like, or if you want to go to bed and that happens, like, ugh! It's absolutely insane. And they didn't give a shit. I was just like out there, just doing it, and I was just like, hey, can you calm down, please? I don't want to have any baby cockroaches in my room. Are you crazy? That's not how this works. 16 to 16. A little bit more here with a rallying cry after we set the giddy up already. Who needs Paint Them Red here? Dino definitely doesn't. But also on top of that, we got the Shrinking Vacuum. Yeah. Getting a little bit of a reduction on the damage output now too. And here we go. Oh, beautiful! Baby, now we're talking. That's how you do it. Oh, yeah. That was a big hit from Kira, and they're going for the follow-up, and oh my god, they're getting chased. Woo. Down goes Karazim. Taking apart, easy peasy, but look at that beauty. Ultralisk, you beast. Put into a corner, and then here comes the Ultraman. First of all, the setup, a work of art from Jojo with a Blessed Shield and Condemn, and then Ultralisk comes in with Kira and just takes them down within seconds. Was absolutely amazing. Yep, at this point, there is already the Dragonite. Easy kill, or easy punt, that's a kill follow-up. Maybe not. Hello? Team? Breath? Nah, he gets the blink. Gets the blink, blinks away. 4 kills, 2-5. By now, the damage output for Jimmy, 29,000. Hanzo is still way ahead of him. But that doesn't, of course, help if you can't get those kills connected when they are really needed. So all the way up at the top, Dequaza, he's going to try and make sure that the fort falls. But they are starting to slowly but steadily whittle down the hit points of the structures, protecting the bottom keep. Bot lane is the most important one. You have 3 camps that are pushing the lane. So if you can attack this first, take the keep down. If at any point afterwards you can take 2, 3 out of the camps, whatever, then you can set up an insane push for core. So this is another lane where you're focusing on the bot lane. Another reason why you don't focus on the top lane, for example, is also that you have the Bridge of Death. If you're ever here and your opponent has a lot of AoE abilities, you just get absolutely murdered. So that's another big problem. I mean, the arrow connected, don't get me wrong, but they didn't get anything for it. So there's that. 31 stacks for our boy Jimmy. But there we go. Morenas is in. Venado! And they push him back again. One of the reasons why it's always kind of funny for me lately when I see Jimmy is like every single time we go for Jimmy, I have to think about The Wire. I rewatched the show the other day again. I think I talked about this already. But yeah, The Wire is just the best fucking series out there. It is amazing. Now, again, if you are not a native English speaker, do yourself a favor. It might be hard to understand at first, but you really need to watch it in the original. Don't watch any of this dub bullshit for a show like The Wire. You are just ruining the experience for yourself. But The Wire is absolutely insane. I love that show. Omar for the win, by the way. But when Bunk goes for Jimmy, I always think about our boy Reina over here. But they are pushing the bot lane now. Now, I mentioned a second ago how the bot lane is important and how you can set up the double camp. And that's exactly what they did. Renella is going for the 3-2-3 moment. The tactical pause. Apparently, someone dropped. So Zul is still in. And, well, there's that. But that bot lane push is going to do a lot of work. So they have to head back. The problem is that you now have a level 20 against you. You have the Radiating Faith in. There's the Raiders roll. We got the Invisible Friends. And Contagion is kicking in. But now that they're pushing for the bottom keep, this one, to save it, is going to be tricky. Your opponent is running a talent advantage. Your opponent is at the same time running a stats advantage because of the extra level that they have. And they got a double camp set up, which of course gives you also the spell aura. Now, this at the top is still doing some work, so attacking the fort is going to be big, especially with the second camp coming in over here. So you have a two-pronged attack against the fort, but then again, even if the fort falls, if you can trade that for a keep at the bottom of the map, it's still a big win for 30k, and that's exactly what they're going to try and do. So, 33,000 for Jimmy, we got 46,000 for Hanzo. And while we are at a break, let me tell you my first experience with the cockroach in Spain, because, guys, I tell you, I did not know that they had cockroaches here, and then that happened. So my first year where I lived here, we went on a big bike ride, a big bike race. It was in France, Alpe d'Huez and all that stuff. We went for Marmot, okay? So we stayed there for like 3 or 4 days. Marmot is insane. It's like, I think, 6,000 meters of climbing, 180 kilometers in total, and I just beasted it, and I was dead afterwards. So I arrived back in Spain, and I'm fucking dead, right? It was a big drive, long drive, and that after several days of like riding like a maniac. And so it's a little bit cold too, and I'm going to my shower, and I haven't been in my apartment for 4 days at that point. And so I go into the shower, and I'm starting to like take a hot shower. And you know, like when you're totally exhausted, your body is just tired and dying, and you like finally get that warm water, and just sitting there, you close your eyes, and it's like, you know, it's just relaxing, and you just never want to leave the shower. You just want to stay there for like an hour or something. So I'm literally in the shower and relaxing, close my eyes, the warm water is like dripping down my bald head, and all of a sudden I feel something at my foot, and I'm just like, the fuck is that? The water feels weird today. And I just shrug it off and still have my eyes closed, And then a second later, it happens again. I'm like, the fuck is that? And I look down, and it's a motherfucking cockroach coming through the water drain and crawling onto my foot. The fucking scream I think you could hear for like 5 blocks or something. I jumped out of the shower, and I was just like, the fuck is happening here? So apparently, while I was gone, somehow a cockroach got into my apartment that summer, and went into the bathroom, thought that it was an amazing idea to go into the water drain, and then when I started to take my shower, the fucking thing was dying. It was drowning and tried to crawl out, and I was just sitting there. And then I imagined myself just relaxing, you know, everything's fine, the world is finally okay again, and then that happens. Guys, I hate these fuckers. I hate these things. It's like, ugh! And ever since then I see those, they're getting slapped around. I'm the cockroach killer. If you're a cockroach and you're getting anywhere close to me, like, you are gambling with your life. That is not a thing that you want to do. That was the most girly scream that I could have ever managed in my life. And yeah, I went full JD on that one. If anybody watched Scrubs out there, oh my god. Oh, to the day, I can just feel and see this thing crawling out of the drain. It was not like a small cockroach, all right? It was one of those monsters. It wasn't an Anubarak. It was a full Anubarak attack on me while I was in the shower trying to relax. Disgusting. Yeah, Zul, by the way, seems to have a bit of a bigger problem, so let's hope that he can come back. But yeah, with that said, level 20... coming back to the game, that push at the bottom of the map is going to be pretty difficult to stop. So yeah, let's wait for Zul to come back, and then we can get the party started here. Well, and we're back, everybody. So, seems like they decided to play with a bot. Apparently he didn't make his way back. And now they pause again. Bait and switch from Team Ash. So apparently they were waiting for Renella the entire time to come back, and Zul just didn't make it. So they decided, well, we're going to play with the bot, don't worry about it. And now just as we are restarting the game, I assume that he reconnected at least on voice, and they are now aware that he's on his way. So they're just like, okay, guys, we're going to be back in just another second, and they pause the game again. You got to be kidding me. Alright, and we're back, and guess who's not back? Zul! So they decided that the bot is better anyways, and they're now playing with Zul. But yeah, it was a bit weird, because apparently it seemed like he was able to reconnect, and then he wasn't. Either way, that push at the bot lane is gonna be pretty difficult to deal with. The Haka is still at the top though, trying to take these camps out and save the fort, so they feel they can come through the bottom of the map, take the keep down, and then maybe get a kill. Nice damage once again, and the bot gets farmed. Zul is down, and the keep is gonzo. The Haka is about to join the fun down here as well. The Quasar is in, but the keep is already gone. So, a bit of a bait and switch with this pause, unpause, and pause again. But apparently their hopes to finish this as a full 5-man have been kind of destroyed a bit. Now, he could still reconnect, of course, but at some point you just gotta continue the match, and I think in total our pause time was already in excess of 10 minutes. Big pressure play at the bottom of the map, by the way, so they need to deal with this as well. But of course, the situation for Team Ash is now worse. And not only do they have a talent disadvantage and a level disadvantage, they just lost their keep, and they're also playing with a bot. Or not, considering that he's currently dead. But that's just what it is. And yeah, that arrow didn't go anywhere. Bishop's already taunted them a little bit in the chat during the pause and said, like, beware of the arrow, boys. I still got it ready. And X-Ray immediately said, like, yeah, don't worry about that. I already told them. So here comes the play again. Zul ignores the camp at the bottom of the map. Who needs to defend the core anyways? And instead makes his way over to Hanzo. Yeah, they're best buddies. These two, they're thick as thieves. So the level 20 is about to kick in for them, though. And then maybe with Storm Talents, they have a little bit of a chance. So first and foremost, we got our Twilight Falls, we got the Transgression, and on top of that, the Rewind for Nubarak, plus the Bullseye. Zul then again riding the pleb horse to potential victory. Top lane is under pressure, so they're going to lose out on some of the towers maybe, or even the gate. But it's all about the Dragonite for the time being, as Team Ash is trying to make the play. Yeah, fantastic ult from the bot as he comes in quickly with the skeletons here. But there's the 7-sided, the blow-up attempt, X-Ray, and he's dead. Second lone stack annihilated. Nice. They're getting the kills. Maybe they weren't kidding when they joked around and said that it's better with a bot. So all of a sudden, there's the kill. 5 kills to 6. They have their level 20s, as I mentioned. At the bottom of the map, the catapults are already on the core, but the minions are going to take it down eventually, so they don't have to deal with it right away. Even if they lose a few hit points, it's not going to be threatening the game. Yep. 5 to 6, and the cams are up. So, Team Ash has not given up yet. Nope, they didn't. They might get Zul back eventually. The longer this lasts, the bigger their chance to actually getting back into the game. But as it stands, we got the fight. Inado gets licked here. Yeah, they go for the big cockroach. Kill them all. Kill them all. And obviously, Zul also, the bot's still waiting with the pick on level 20. Zeratul is trying to go for the Dragonite right now at the top side. At the bottom of the map, they're attempting to go for another kill. Jojo is back in just another moment. And Zul is dead again. The bot is down, but Zeratul, does he get a chance to go for the Dragonite? Nah, Dequaza on his Dehaka easily gets to connect here. Talk about connecting. They connect the arrow, and Henning is low. 7-sided, Nubarak is dead. Zeratul and Hanzo have both fallen. Renella at least gets Kira, but now he's on the run, and everybody else is running towards the core as 30k is trying to end this game with a 3-0 victory. Yes, there it is. Renella, he can go full Bruce Lee on them right now and try to single-handedly take them down. Show me the Dragon Fist, baby. But I don't really think that's going to happen. He's trying to do what he can, but the core is falling, and it's falling quickly. The shield is already gone, and that should be the victory for 30k as they are taking down the blue team without even dropping a single map. Renella on the run. Dainu wants him, but he escapes. Nobody else is going to be able to come back here. Zul is back to business. The bot is abandoning the game though, and that is a win for 30k as they are again attacking the #1 position here at the Masters Clash here in Playday number 13.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.